So the first step of assembling a Tough Tray 2 is you've got to take the springs that came with the device and drop them in. You'll see in the center slot right here, there's a little hole. You can drop one spring in there. I'm actually going to drop 2. You have the choice of dropping 1 or 2 depending on how wide you want the tray to open up once it's finished. In this case, just flip it over. You can see there's 2 springs laying in here. So if you only put 1, it'll open wider than if you have 2. Because the way it works is the springs are going to be wedged in here, and as you widen this tray, the springs are going to be compressed together. So obviously if you have less springs, you can actually stretch it wider. So you can use maybe 1 spring for something wider, like if you want to hold a keyboard or some other device. The device I'm going to use, I'm going to use the 2 springs. So now you've got the springs in place here. What you do is take the 1 screw that came with the flat head. So it's just the one of the hardware. And what I like to do is I just basically screw it in here just a couple of turns just to get it in there. So it's not touching the spring, but it's just held in there in place to get the ball rolling. Now you've got a choice. In the past I've always used like two screwdrivers. Drop one in there. You can actually push the spring back, and then you can either tighten it there, or another way to do it is get some of the existing hardware just as a temporary thing and drop it in there to lock the spring in place. So now the spring's being held back in here in that little hole. I can tighten up that screw. So either way you want to do it, doesn't really matter. The idea is basically what you're trying to do is block the spring in here without crushing it. So done that, just need to pull out this spring. Probably need to screw it out now. There we go, I heard the spring click. There we go. Spring's installed inside of the tray. Very easy.